All right, we are live. Hey, Jill made it on time. Hey, Jill, how are you doing? Hey, Tom from Columbus. Awesome. Got a couple people on. So this hour, we're going to talk all about, answer all about your questions that you have with using ZimmWriter, how to get things done. I made a post in the Facebook group where people could drop some questions that they had prior to this live stream. But then obviously the people that are actually here are going to get priority over whatever questions they have to ask. So the hour is going to be yours, or if we run out of questions, we'll just end it early. So again, I'll give you as much as I can as long as you guys still have questions. I'm excited. Little kind of update on what's going on in my life. I'm excited for this week. I'm starting or launching a new brand. I kind of launched it. I don't know. I want to say a year ago, but I didn't really do anything with it. It's going to be a brand that involves helping people understand how to use AI, and I'll also have a YouTube channel for it. Well, that's my goal. So my goal, let me take a step back. My goal is to help people learn how to use AI better, especially their prompts. And then there's a lot of, how can I funnel people into this course that I have for that? I'm going to be doing some YouTube videos on just simple stuff like, doing some keyword research for ChatGPT type questions. There's a lot out there. So I'm going to do, some Q&A for those ChatGPT type questions, probably beyond the scope. You guys are much more advanced than just basic ChatGPT users. So, I don't know if it's necessarily for you. The course would be for you. The course I'm launching in a couple days would be for you. But some of the YouTube videos, I don't know, they're mainly for the general public, but feel free to subscribe. I'll tell you the details on that coming soon. And then I also want to have some blog posts to coincide with the YouTube videos. So it's exciting to launch a brand. I forgot how hard it is because you got to get the websites ready. You got to get the course stuff ready. You got to get the email stuff ready. And it's a lot of work, but that's really exciting. That's going to be happening in the next couple days, and we'll see how that plays out. I'm not leaving ZimmWriter, not discontinuing ZimmWriter. This is, everybody has to, if you're carving a path as a marketer online or as someone who's making money online, you have to carve your path. And ZimmWriter is giving me the platform to kind of gain experience with prompting and then share that experience with others. And so this other brand that I'm going to release in the next couple days will share that experience and hopefully help with income and other things too. So ZimmWriter is not going anywhere. I'm just kind of expanding my wings and growing. It's going to be a fun time, really fun year. And redevelopment of ZimmWriter is still on the table for this year. And then there's even bigger plans for next year. So getting the whole roadmap set out, it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys are excited too. Let me switch views here. Hey, Walt, how are you? Hey, Glenn. So Jill, it is going to, so the course will be $97, but there'll be a very, very easy way based on the honor system to take off 20 bucks. So at most it will be $77 if you, I'll just tell you what I'm doing. Should I tell you or not? I've always wanted to do this before. I have 2 coupon codes. Okay, so it's 97 bucks. But if you want to save $10, then you'll use a coupon code and you'll promise that you'll leave that you'll share it with somebody. Okay, that you'll share it with somebody. Like just share the sales page with somebody on social media or something. If you want to save 20 bucks, okay, then you have to promise to share it, but then you also have to promise to leave a testimonial. It's all based on the honor system. So if you use the code and you don't do it, well, you know what, you don't have any honor. But yeah, I was like, I've always wanted to do that. Just have some coupons on the sales page to kind of knock the price down, but then also encourage people to leave a testimonial and share it with others. So I'm excited to see how that works out. A really cool strategy I've never seen anyone use before. So are the prompts, John asks, are the prompts on ChatGPT the same as in ZimmWriter? If you're asking about the course that I'm releasing, here, actually, I can add this to the broadcast so people can see. I don't know if you're asking about the course that I'm going to be releasing or whatnot. The course that I'm going to release, it's unrelated to ZimmWriter. So but it still, I guess, would help when you're building a custom prompt in ZimmWriter. The course is all focused on prompting better. there's a lot of courses that are very basic. Here's what ChatGPT is. Here is how, make some funny jokes in ChatGPT. Let's have ChatGPT make some yo mama's so fat jokes, right? We've all done that, or some of us have done that. Or hey, let's use ChatGPT to make some pictures of a cat or something like that. Those are the very, very basic ChatGPT courses. And then there's the advanced stuff, like you're going to go build some kind of SaaS software application, very hardcore prompt engineering that's going to get more into like the very, very technical stuff. But there's nothing in the middle that actually teaches someone that wants to prompt better how to prompt better, how to speak to the AI better without all this other nonsense. So it's a 3-hour course, and then there's another hour for bonus lessons. And it will teach you to prompt better. It legitimately will. So I'm really excited about it. If some of you did subscribe to my Get Prompted newsletter, there's a little bit of overlap from that, but there's a lot of new stuff in there too. So it's a really good course. I've had a couple people take it so far, and they really do like it. And I'm not the type of person to charge like $400 or $1,000 for something like this. Not to say like courses that aren't expensive aren't good, but I don't know. I like to run a lean lean operation. ZimmWriter is very inexpensive. It allows a lot of people to use it. This course is going to be very inexpensive, but it's going to provide a lot of value to you. So yeah, so you will be able to use the prompts in ChatGPT. I don't know if I answered your question, John. You can use the prompts in ChatGPT that I'm going to teach you how to prompt better. You can use them in ChatGPT. You'll learn how to prompt better inside of ZimmWriter, even though it's not a ZimmWriter course. I'm just going to teach you how to prompt better. Drew, ZimmWriter's not going anywhere, buddy. It's not. It's only going to go up from here. Not the price, but ZimmWriter. It's going to get wings. It's going places. Okay, ZimmWriter's not going anywhere. I was actually, and to be honest, I was writing a sales page for my copy, and I have a magic command that I use. I don't know if I have it. I can't open it now because it's writing an article. I'm going to show you how to write a book in a second. But I use the magic command, the advanced trigger that I created to rewrite my content. So I'll write a couple paragraphs on my sales page, and just in my own voice, in my own tone, like my own words. And then I have a prompt in the advanced triggers that will rewrite the content using an active voice, fixing grammar, using contractions. A really simple prompt. I'll highlight the text, and I'll use like GPT-4o, Omega, I guess. And it rewrites it, like just tweaking it ever so slightly to fix that grammar and write in that active voice. And it's great. So I've really been surprised how much use I'm getting out of the rewrite feature inside of ZimmWriter. Like it's handy. And I've tried other things too. I'm using ClickFunnels for the course portion of it, and they have like their own AI in there. And then also inside of Google Docs, now there's that Gemini AI. But both of that stuff, like you can't customize the prompt that you're giving it. When you say like rewrite this content or something, you just get something that's not in your voice and it's too changed up. So I'm really enjoying the advanced triggers inside of ZimmWriter. It's really surprised me because I haven't blogged a lot. I've just been too busy creating ZimmWriter. So if you haven't used advanced triggers and taken advantage of that, definitely check it out. Okay. I'll reveal all that stuff, Jill, in just a couple days, like literally a couple. Like this weekend's really busy. I got there's a local town parade I'm helping out in, and then I got to help out at like this bingo tent tonight. So my weekend is pretty, and then I got to go to my church tomorrow and remove bathroom stalls and knock down a wall. So I'm I'm keeping busy, but it's gonna launch early next week. Okay. All right, so I'll pause the questions for now, and I want to cover a question that was asked in the Facebook group. I think you guys will really like this. Has been asked a lot, and so let me go to the group. So all comments. So John Amoroso. Okay. Asked, how would you write a book? And this is a question that's come up a lot. I have seen this question from a lot of people, and they just want to write a book with ZimmWriter. And I don't really know the purpose. Like, you're not going to write some 500-page book with ZimmWriter and like a medical journal or some kind of math calculus book or something like that. So I'm assuming people want like a short fiction book or a short nonfiction book, something short, maybe just to get on Amazon. Now, a friend of mine, I guess I'll say his name, Thorsten. He has written a couple books, although I don't think he used ZimmWriter, but he used AI. I'm trying to think. I think Fiverr was involved, or some kind of writing platform was involved, and he listed them on Amazon. I think it was $40 a book to write them, or maybe it was a package for $40. But he sold a couple. Like, he actually sold a couple of the books, because I haven't I haven't heard about that. I've heard about people using AI to write the books and then get them on there, because then Google will see you if you put your name in there or your AI avatar's name in there. It will start to connect the dots and think that that particular author becomes an authority on the subject, and then they'll cross link them on the website to the Amazon page, and that way you're building up that publication authority of that particular author, whether it's a real or fake person. So I've heard of that, but Thorsten's actually selling some of these books and he's making some money from it. So pretty amazing stuff. But this has been a question that's come up a lot, and I did a quick search because I've never really, that's not what I designed ZimmWriter for, but some people have been able to write books with ZimmWriter. And I came across this thread. The search function, even though it's Facebook, it actually does really work very well in here. Well, okay, maybe very well inside of Facebook is an overstatement. The search function does work. And I came across this thread. This thread was referenced quite a number of times. And Adil Ephraim, I hope I'm saying his name right, said, yes, I did write a book. Can help you with that. Let me know how it can help. And then everybody's reaching out, what do I do? What do I do? And he's helping them all. And I think he got tired of private messaging everybody. So I believe this is what he's been messaging everybody. So he says, first, I asked GPT for a list of titles for my book. After 2 or 3 attempts, it gave me a variety of titles to choose from. Let me move Jill's comment off of here. Sorry, Jill. After informing ChatGPT of my chosen title, I requested that it create 7 chapter outlines based on my description of what I wanted to cover and the overall purpose of the book. Additionally, I provided information about the target audience for the book. After that, in ZimmWriter, I utilized the SEO blog writer feature and titled my book, quote, book, my title. Note, it is necessary to include book, in the title, okay? Probably helps prompt the AI, behind the scenes when it's using that title, that, oh yeah, this is a book that we're writing about. And I was writing chapter by chapter, so I put chapter 1 headings in ZimmWriter subheadings. For my writing style, I opted for a long paragraph with a personal touch and a sage tone, which is ideal for book writing or book reviews. Okay, I didn't include any keywords or search engine optimization. I left the keyword section blank. Additionally, I selected the auto style option. Okay, so before this video, I wrote 2 articles kind of mimicking what he said to see if it would work. And we'll look at this second one in just a moment. Let's see here, publish. I'm excited to see the second one. Okay, so I wrote the book twice, different settings. So, well, I guess let me show you what I did first. I went into Notepad, and here's my magic command. Write an outline for a book titled "Preparing Your Children for the AI Revolution." Okay, the book should have 10 chapters. So that's my magic command. And then I went to the advanced triggers. And this is, by the way, segueing back a second, this was my rewrite trigger that I use all the time. Rewrite the text to fix grammar and add contractions, use an active tone of voice. And then I'd assign this to Control 4. And then I'd come over here and select the model and as GPT-4o. And then you check this box, use settings when the menu is closed. And then I wrote, I'll highlight stuff in my editor and I'll just rewrite it. But in this situation, I ran the magic command with that GPT-4o, and this is what I got, okay? So I got my title and then some markdown different chapters and whatnot. So I took all of the chapters, where'd they go? And I put them into the SEO writer. So, well, here's the title. So book, I followed what Ephraim said, book, preparing your children for the AI revolution. And then I went in and I put in all the chapter titles, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. And then I also, just to see what would happen, I went and gave talking points to, here we go, to the subheading background for each one. So I just took, for whatever reason, the AI, the magic command gave me these talking points. So I just copied them and put them in here. You could also, if you wanted to like turn these into, a paragraph or something, you could say like, turn these talking points into one paragraph. So we could like theoretically highlight something like this. Oh, I don't have word wrap on. Word wrap. And then we could just take this right here and put that in there in lieu of those talking points if you want to. But either would work. And then let's see. I did long section length, second person. I did literary devices, standard intro, no FAQ. I did a SDC, the Stable Diffusion Core. So it's a little bit more expensive, 3 pennies per image for each of the images. And uploaded the WordPress. Now, initially on this first post that was generated, I did not use a custom prompt, and I did not use an audience personality, and I did not use auto style. Okay, so that's this one right here without those settings. And then I rewrote it with the custom prompt and then the auto style and the Sage. So we'll check that out in a second. So this is what we got. This image is great. Absolutely phenomenal image. Very, very impressed with this. So we have kind of like a short introduction here. And we have our different chapters. So obviously we wouldn't publish this to WordPress, but I think, this, we got let's see, a text file or an HTML file also from this. So you could just take, there you go. You could take this HTML file. And if you don't know, ZimmWriter will do HTML files. If you go to the options menu in ZimmWriter, you can also enable HTML file output. So you'll get that text file plus that HTML file. So you could take this and just turn it into a book. Really, really simple to do. Or you could just use the text file to turn it into a book if you want to. I don't know what the book creation software is, but so this is what we got for our chapters. Now, again, it depends on what you're trying to do with the book. Like, is this long enough for a chapter? Now, we're not talking Harry Potter chapters here that are 30 pages or something. I'm sure on a Kindle, if you, like, I'm trying to replicate like a Kindle, let's see. Maybe that could be a Kindle size right there. So this could be like maybe 1 page. If that was like a Kindle size, that could be 2 pages maybe. 3 pages. So maybe 3 pages a chapter. Is that good enough? I guess it just depends on what you're trying to generate. But let's see how it sounds. So this is chapter 1, understanding AI and its impact. Artificial intelligence is reshaping the world around us and understanding, let's see, where to go. And understanding its core principles is crucial for preparing your children for the future. AI refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines designed to think and act like humans. It encompasses various types, including narrow AI, which is task-specific and generally. I didn't know that, assuming that's true. Which can perform any intellectual task humans can do. AI didn't just appear overnight. Its roots stretch back to the mid-20th century. I mean, that's kind of cool. It's kind of giving us like this backstory about understanding AI and its impact. AI is transforming various industries. So it doesn't go super deep. I mean, is it shallow? I don't know. I mean, it depends on what you're trying to write, I guess. The future job market. As AI continues to reshape our world, it's vital to understand how these advancements will impact the future job market and skills. One of the key trends is growing demand for skills that can't be easily automated. Creativity, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence will be highly valued. Okay. I was watching this. I'd never seen that Matt Damon movie, Asylum, or what? It begins with an E, but it's like futuristic. And I just saw a clip. Maybe I was scrolling, doom scrolling on Facebook, and it was Matt Damon's there, and he's like talking to this judge that was a robot. And at the end, he's like so frustrated. He's like pretending that he's talking as a robot himself, and then the AI was like, "Are you mimicking me?" or something like that, or are you being sarcastic? I don't know. I could see that robots will struggle with this emotional intelligence. To identify future-proof careers, look at sectors poised for growth due to technological advancements. Fields such as cybersecurity, data science, AI ethics There you go, AI ethics. Hopefully AI ethics will not be automated by the AI. That would be interesting, huh? Then you got Sam Altman, who's just like eliminating the AI ethics division of OpenAI. So who knows? Okay, that's not bad. Building a strong educational foundation. That's a great image right there. Developing technical proficiency. Wowee, that's pretty hardcore. I mean, it's like, what do you? I'm trying to think if this is like too shallow of a book or if this is perfect. Like, I guess it just depends on what you're trying to achieve with this. I don't think it's possible with AI to write a book that will be crazy in depth and have like scientific studies in there and all these charts and like scientific books are just off the table for AI and for ZimmWriter, I believe. So, what are we trying to achieve with writing a book? Now, this is a nonfiction type of book. There was an individual, I forget who, I'm trying to remember his name because you could reach out to him if you wanted to. He's in the group and he was writing some crazy fiction. And I don't know if he's turning into a book or not, but maybe it was a book and he was doing like different like maybe web novels or something. Stuff he wrote was insane. And it was from ZimmWriter, but it was just custom prompts and whatnot. So, I guess this is okay. Now, I did it again. I wrote this again, but I used a custom prompt in the settings that were recommended by Adil. So let's see. Oh, it worked. Okay, cool. So now check this out. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. First thing, what do you notice about the introduction? Have you ever wondered how to prepare your children for the future dominated by artificial intelligence? In preparing your children for the AI revolution, you'll find practical strategies and essential knowledge, blah, blah, blah. One of the core elements is a strong foundation in STEM. Another critical aspect is developing emotional intelligence. In addition to emotional, so look at this. So there's our introduction now. And now let's check these chapters out. Understanding AI and its impact. All the teachers are crying right now because they're going to be replaced by AI robots, right? And the kid's bad, you're not going to spank the kid. The robot will shoot laser beams out of its eyes, right, and zap the kid. So this is chapter 1. Notice something different? A little bit longer, isn't it? Let's see how many words this is. Let's go to character counter. Character counter. So the second run is 611 words. And the first run for like chapter 1 was, let's see, 226 words. So we tripled the length with this setting that I'm using. I'll show you what the setting is in a second. The future job market. Cool. Okay. I'm just looking at how the sections read. Okay, let's take all the words and we'll count them all up and see how much we got for this. So this is 10 chapters. Each of these were 10 chapters, identical chapters. Character counter. So we have almost 6,000 words for the second run. And then for the first run, we'll take the title too. We have character counter, 2,500 words. So we doubled, I guess we doubled the average word count. So what did I do for this? Well, I took the recommended settings, and so I don't know if it reads better or not. We didn't actually read it, but I enabled Sage and then auto style. And so I guess let's look at the style that it picked out. This one right here. The style was, so the second run was 30 cents, by the way. And the first run, the shorter run, was 15 cents. So it doubled the price. And it wrote in the style that a child development specialist. So that's the automatic style that it determines. So child development specialist. Okay. Kind of cool. So the settings I used were the Sage and the auto style. And then we also used a custom prompt. So this is the custom prompt I used. I made this right before the video. It's called Expander. I don't know if you can see that. Let me put this in Notepad so you can see it a little bit easier. The text for The text is for a chapter of a book I'm writing. Add 5 more paragraphs to expand it, incorporating important and thought-provoking details. Do not include a summary, just end the chapter. So I went to, with any custom prompt, you'll want to go to the custom prompt guide and pull this. Well, for any custom prompt where we're applying it as a custom prompt and not like one of those discombobulators or something like that, like an actual custom prompt, we'll take this right here and we will go to the playground. Oh no, there it is. Okay. And the playground, it's changed a little bit in that if you, this is important to show you guys. Let me copy this again. You come to the playground and you paste into the system your stuff, you won't get any line breaks, okay? But if you actually come in and you right click and I guess I'm on a Mac, but this is through Parallel, so this is the PC type interface. Paste this plain text, then it will keep all your line breaks and things like this. So the article title, so we want to test our custom prompt out. So the article title would be the title of the subheading or the chapter. So the chapter 2, future job market. And then you paste in what it wrote. So I had it write that first article. So I had it write this. And then I literally just went to this first section, artificial intelligence is reshaping the world. As AI continues to, okay, I took this one right here. As AI continues to reshape our world. So I took this entire section here because that's what it wrote without the custom prompt, and I pasted in here. So we have our chapter 2, and then the stuff it wrote for chapter 2. And then I started tinkering around with the custom prompt. I didn't spend long. I probably spent 15 seconds on this. When I just did this right here, you'll find you have to press Command Enter to make it run. If you just have a system prompt in, you'll find that when you have it right, it will kind of write a mini article, and you'll have like an in summary at the end, which you don't really want. Although we're manually adding this stuff to whatever book builder we're using. Okay, so finally, so I said I don't really like that conclusion stuff. So I come in here and we said let's say do not include a summary, just end the chapter, and this gave me pretty good output. So anytime you're making a custom prompt, come into the playground, copy in the format, have your original article that ZimmWriter wrote, and you're going to paste in either the article title or the subheading title, depending on what you're writing. If you're writing the introduction, if you're like applying a custom prompt to the introduction, then it's going to be the article title. But if you're applying a custom prompt just to the subheading, okay, the subheading, content, then you'll put the subheading title in here, okay? And you'll put the text that was written, that ZimmWriter wrote, and then you'll put your custom prompt in, and you'll run this a couple times to make sure that you are getting kind of what you want. So we, I said, write 5 more paragraphs to expand it, and that's what we did. Got a lot more paragraphs for this, and that's simply what I applied here. So you could play with this a lot more. The prompting class that I have coming out will actually help you test your prompts more in the playground. Not ZimmWriter related, but it all, prompting is prompting. Doesn't matter what you're prompting for. If you're prompting, then there's ways to do it right. There's ways to do it not right. So, play around with this, and you can probably get something really, really good for whatever specific niche or purpose you're trying to do with that book that you're trying to write. All right, that was a long-winded demonstration. Let's see if there's any questions about that or any other questions in the chat group. All right, what do we got? See if there's any questions about specifically what we just talked about. All right, so no questions so far about the book, but if you have any, you can just go ahead and ask them. So I'll just start taking a couple questions here. Walt, he asked, can you please give some new cases for the Discombobulator, some new use cases? Now, come on now, I'm not a wizard here. I'm not gonna, use cases are use cases. You have to come up with your own use cases. I guess it depends on what discombobulator you're talking about, because there's the text discombobulator and the SERP discombobulator. SERP discombobulator, I think I showed you last week or two how things to do, how we had run a things to do prompt on different places. Like I would say things to do in Toledo, Ohio, things to do in Cleveland, Ohio, things to do, and this is our Google search, and it would go out and it would find those things and then create a custom CSV from that for each one of these. And then we could go in there and turn each of those places, those things that it found, those things to do that it found. So I'm in the, let's open up our custom prompt, and things to do. This is what the prompt is. I'll put it in here so it's just bigger so you guys can all see it. Write a list of 10 locations to do something fun. Each item in the list should be the name of a physical location, the name of a state park, the name of a point of interest, such as a point of interest. The list should be comma separated on a single line. So we can then turn those into blog posts to then write about. And I've heard, like, if you're doing local, I don't know if you do local Walt or if you do national, but if you do local, having some local, like, so imagine you're a plumber and you're like, I have a service page for a particular location, pipe cleaning, Toledo, Ohio, and then at the bottom of the page, you could have some links to things to do in Toledo, Ohio. And now you'll know that Toledo, Ohio has a place called Pearson Park. Toledo, Ohio has a place called, they don't have a lot in Toledo, Imagination Station. All right. And what's cool is if you'll, you can actually just write blog posts like things to do at Imagination Station, Toledo, Ohio, something like that. I don't know. You'd have to come up with a blog post title to write about, but you'll now know from the Discombobulator that there's a place called Imagination Station in Toledo, Ohio, and you'll programmatically, you can go into Excel and you're merging columns together, but you'll come up with this list, and this one on the list could be things to do at Imagination Station, Toledo, or maybe it could be like, why you should visit Imagination Station in Toledo, Ohio. And this could be, I guess you wouldn't do the custom outline with the var 1 and var 2. That might be too complicated with the different types of points of interest that you get from here. But if you enable SERP scraping in here, because the SERP Discombobulator found this place, Imagination Station, from the SERP, there's likely going to be something on this place in the SERP. So we have Imagination Station. We have a TripAdvisor on that. We have another Imagination, so it's going to find 5 of these articles to then summarize and then use that to create the outline and write about. So number one, you could use the Discombobulator, the SERP one, to instantly populate a lot of different local articles for local businesses, local services. Okay, add some local pages. Google loves that kind of stuff. And then you can even apply, we talked about this last week, a custom prompt to the conclusion. And it could be, did I have it in here? Franklin Dental. Now, I don't know how that would apply to Imagination Station. Hey, if your kid's horsing around on the high wire bike and falls off and chips his tooth, you might want to call Franklin Dental. We're here when you need it, or something like that. I don't know. You guys will figure it out. So that's one example for the SERP Discombobulator. What other ways could you use it? Well, just think outside the box. Think of the fact that the SERP Discombobulator will go, each title you put in, SERP Discombobulator, each title you put in here, it's like, you can't see what I have right here, but I have like your comments and things like that. So I'm trying to be able to see the comments, but also see what's on my screen. Every title you put into the SERP Discombobulator will be a Google query. Okay. So you can, how can you use this? What are different ways to use this? Maybe you want to look up different dentists in Toledo, Ohio, for whatever reason. I don't know. That could be, a title, list of dentists in Toledo, Ohio. Now, I don't know if you'll get their contact information. That might be too hard. And a lot of these places will have their routing calls and things like that, or the addresses might not be up to date. So I don't know if you can pull that kind of stuff out with your custom prompt. You could try, but you could pull out these points of interest. What other things could you do? You could pull some research out if you wanted to. You could, maybe you're building some massive repository of knowledge about something. You can pull out a lot of different knowledge and then manipulate it however you want. Whatever prompts you would want to apply on it, you can apply. And what's cool is all this stuff is cached. 5,000 of your last SERP scrapes are cached. And so if you don't like what the custom prompt did, you can just rerun it with all your stuff in here and it will work a bazillion times faster because it doesn't have to scrape the SERP again. It already has all that data cached. So that's what I don't really know what use case you could do for the Discombobulator, but I know that they exist out there. You just have to think outside the box. And then the text Discombobulator is the same way. You'll put in a line of text, and then the prompt applies to that line of text. Line 1, line 2. Each line can be, I think, 5,000 characters or something like that. It explains that in the instructions in here. But you can have like 5,000 characters of text or words of text or something like that per line, and then run it on here. So maybe you are, creating, maybe honestly, you could say like, we are Franklin Dental. We are located in Toledo, Ohio. We are running a special for teeth cleaning. Buy one cleaning, get one. We will also wash your car while you wait. Okay, so let's see. Call us at 419-704-5678. We are located on 2905 Star Avenue in Oregon, Ohio. Okay, so imagine we have this, and I'm gonna have to create a custom prompt. So let me copy this out of here. Let's try this real quick. This should actually go. The text Discombobulator goes really fast. So we got to create our custom prompt first. So we'll go in here and we will create a custom prompt. And I would normally test this out beforehand, but we're short on time. So, we're doing this live. So let's just come up with something. But yeah, I don't remember the format it follows again. The custom prompts for Discombobulators are different. So even though this is SERP, it follows the same stuff. Data. Okay, so we'll reference data. All right. So write a Facebook post. Write a 1-paragraph Facebook post about our company. Do not use emojis, but use some hashtags. Let's see. I'm trying to think how we could apply this to have it do it multiple times. I mean, we can't like do it for every day of the year because there's not a way to do that inside of this custom prompt editor, but use some hashtags. But we could add one interesting joke. Trying to get some variety into each post. So we'll say custom prompt, Franklin Dental Facebook. So we'll save this prompt and we'll go back over to the text Discombobulator and we will put in our little line of text. And we'll do it multiple times. Okay. Actually, I don't want to do too many because then it will take longer. And we'll pull up our Franklin Dental Facebook and we're going to apply GPT-4o. We're not going to do prompt stacking and I'll give it a job name. Franklin Facebook. Okay. So let's see. Let's delete this stuff while this is in here. So this goes pretty quick, but this is an example. Like, again, I don't really know what the use case is, but I know this stuff, like it will be very handy when you're like, I wish I could do this. Oh, wait, I can do this with ZimmWriter. It's kind of like Google Sheets a little bit, like a Google Sheets manipulator. Let's see here, Excel, just once. Cool. Now, Excel does not convert wrap. It does not convert emojis very well. Okay, so if you get emojis and stuff, it's going to look all garbled, and you'll want to open it like in Google Sheets or something like that. Come on. Almost. All right, so here's our results. Welcome to Franklin Dental, your premier choice for dental care in Toledo, Ohio. This month, we're excited to offer a special promotion. Buy one teeth cleaning, get one free as an added bonus. Why is it not format, autumn column, height? There we go. All right. As an added bonus, we'll wash your car while you wait. More businesses should do that, to be perfectly honest. Like, I would go to a dentist if they washed my car while I waited or something like that. Ensuring you leave with a sparkling smile and shiny ride. Visit us at 2905 Star. Give us a call. Schedule your appointment today, because at Franklin Dental, we believe in multitasking. So here's an example of why, like, this will actually convert to something, to some kind of character or emoji, but it's not right now in Excel. So you just open this in Google Sheets. After all, why did the dentist become... So because at Franklin Dental, we believe in multitasking. After all, why did the dentist become a baseball coach? He knew the drill. So there you go. Let's see. That's right. Get a brighter smile and a cleaner ride all in one visit. Remember, a day without laughter is like a day without toothpaste. Impossible to smile through. All right. Why did the dentist become a baseball coach? Because he knows the drill. Oh, yeah. That's a repetition one right up there. Remember, a smile is the best thing you can wear. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, you can do stuff like this with it. And this was a penny. So very, very inexpensive. I'm sure there's tons of use cases out there. You just got to find them. That was a long answer. I hope it didn't bore any of you guys with that question. All right, that was Walt right there. Let's see, the next one. We have Glenn asks, can you give us a quick breakdown on the cost of using 40 versus 4 turbo? It seems to be less. Yes, so long story short, 40 or 40, as I guess it's called Omega or something, I don't know. 40 is about 50% cheaper than turbo. You can actually, if you click on options and let me change my screen so that I can delete these API keys really quick. All right, sorry. So if you click on the setup text API keys right here, you'll see the cost, the rough estimate cost for about 50 to 75 articles, 2,000 words each per million tokens using... Okay, I'm sorry. This is how much a million tokens of input and a million tokens of output costs in each of these models. And some people are like, what is a million tokens? A rough estimate is between 50 and 75 articles, 2,000 words each, with 10 H2s, FAQ, no custom prompts or SERP, is roughly a million tokens, okay? So between 50 and 75 articles would cost you this plus this, okay? Or maybe it's like an average of both of them, because we're talking input plus output. So maybe 20 bucks or less than 20 bucks. All right, on GPT 3.5 Turbo, 50 to 75 articles would cost you around $2 or something. Turbo might be around $40. GPT-4 is even more expensive. Llama's free right now, so you can kind of go through here and get some cost comparisons. All right. Okay, we already covered that. That's a different topic about the course I'm releasing for getting prompted. So Walt asks, are you using WordPress? If so, have you checked out Divi theme with AI features for page building? I love it. I have not, Walt. I know people like Divi a lot. I haven't used Divi, and I haven't used, like, I guess at one point, I get them confused. There's Divi and there's Beaver Builder. Maybe it was Divi that was really slow, like had all kinds of like resource loading and stuff like that. But then I believe it was Divi that did something that they dynamically loaded stuff now, only the stuff that's actually used on the page, and it dramatically sped things up. So I've heard good things about it, but I've also, like, you're kind of, it does its own things. You're kind of locked into using it. You can't just like unplug it, although I don't know why you would. But I have not used Divi. I typically will use Blocksy as a theme and generate blocks as my block plugin. But if I want a builder, I've been using Breakdance, and I was going to try to use Bricks for this new site I built, but I opened up Bricks and I'm like, okay, there's a learning curve here. It's not, stuff was different. I've heard it's easy once you finally figure it out, but it was just different. Although Breakdance just released their version 2.0 like beta, and there's a lot of good things in there. So maybe I'll just stick to Breakdance, but I have not used Divi. All right. So we talked about that one before. This is another question about the course I'm releasing. ZimmWriter better not be going anywhere. It's not. Don't worry. That's the cool thing about desktop software. If this was a SaaS application, I'd have ongoing costs and things like that. But because it's desktop software, as long as I make it, continue to work with the API key, with the API calls and whatnot, it's not going anywhere. I don't know in 20 years. It might not be here in 20 years. I don't know. Okay. But yeah, anytime soon, ZimmWriter's not going anywhere. Walt asks, will there be a discussion forum attached to the new course? I learned a lot from fellow students. Yes, so there's going to be a community for it. We're going to do a Facebook community. I've thought about other communities, but these SEO guys that I follow, I learned a lot of SEO from them. I kind of got my start from listening to them. Authority Hacker, great guys, love their podcast. I bought all their courses and stuff. They recently moved platforms. They were on Facebook. They had like 2 Facebook groups. The core one, if you bought their basic course, and their more advanced one, if you bought like the super advanced course, like the expensive one. And I think they moved the advanced course and community to Circle. But I tell you, it's almost like crickets in there a little bit. I think there's certain platforms there's certain groups, niches, I guess, that will work well on a different platform. But then again, I don't think they're trying to get any new customers from the Circle platform. Although I'm using Facebook because I think it's everybody that would be using this course would be on Facebook. And it's a great way to drum up more business. So yes, answer your question. Yes, there will be a community. I'm a certified 2.0 lead squeeze funnel builder. Happy to take a look at your funnel. Awesome. Hey, thanks, Walt. I don't have a funnel though. I have no upsell. I mean, I have a funnel. It's a checkout page and my sales page and my thank you page, but I don't have any upsells. I don't have like $1,000 thing, $1,000 eat lunch with me or something like that. I don't have anything like that. Let's see. Walt asks, can we export articles from ZimmWriter as Markdown in addition to HTML? Yeah, it does. It will do both. Let's undelete these things. There we go. So you always will get that text file with ZimmWriter output. You'll always get this. And then if you enable the HTML, you will simultaneously get your HTML output. Okay. So you definitely get both. Now you can't just get the HTML only and not the text. I don't have an option for that. How are you coming on the websites? Immediately after I launch this course, I'm switching gears and working hardcore on that ZimmWriter course to help you guys out. I mean, you guys are always here, so you probably know a lot of what I'm going to teach, which is how I would create a site from scratch, from a layout perspective, from a design perspective, how I'd use ZimmWriter to populate content on it, and then I'll sprinkle some SEO, stuff on it on the course too. Here's how I would do some keyword research. Here's the tools I would use and things like that. So, but a lot of you might already know that kind of stuff. Let's see. But the websites themselves are doing very, very well. And let's see. Fred asks, when is the prompting class you mentioned going to be available? Next couple days, like literally the next couple days. The course is done. Sale page is done. I just need some email follow-ups, stuff made. And then I'm done with that. Can you post the book custom prompt in chat? The book. Oh, the book. Yeah, definitely. Let me put that in chat right now. Let's see. Our custom prompt for the book was, and I know we have some questions still on the Facebook group, so I haven't forgotten about those. Although I think the book one was the big one, so I wanted to tackle that first. So here's the book. Call it Expander. I'll put this in. Now this is just, all this is for is just for adding more content to make that chapter longer. Okay. So I would probably, again, depending on what niche you're in, if you're in like a more like fiction oriented niche, maybe there's different things you want to include in there. Now there's also something you could technically do. And, no, I guess it would work in the SEO writer. Yeah, in the SEO writer, you definitely would want to have that background information in. So, if you have like a fictional niche where there's a character and he's doing something, and like, Harry lives under the stairs, right? Harry gets a letter about, he's a wizard or something like that. Harry goes to wizard Hogwarts or something like that. So you would in here have kind of a summary almost about what happened in the previous chapter, or maybe maybe a little quick summary, but then also a kind of what's going to happen now, to kind of guide the AI along its journey as it's writing the story. Otherwise it might forget. So fiction stuff's definitely going to be more tricky than nonfiction stuff. Let's see. Harris asks, customized Amazon affiliate product review use case, please, with pros cons list. Customized Amazon affiliate product review use case. Customized with pros cons. So I'm not sure what the question is there. How to do it, or we did that last week. So AIblogpostwriter.com. We have a couple different articles, same group of articles, but written with different settings. So like this was written with Llama, for instance. And I told you the settings that I used up here. And then we just had it write this stuff. And so in the last live stream, we actually created some of these. I think, I don't know if it was the last one of these live streams. I'm getting them all confused. We created some of them. Maybe it was this one, I don't know. But there's definitely training on how to do that. Now, someone did ask me a question in the Facebook group, and I guess I could answer it now because we're on the subject of this stuff. Turn off word wrap. So they said, I don't understand in the AI Vault, in the bulk product roundups, what this randomized product order means. Okay, what does that mean? Let me give you an example. In here, I have 15 products, and they're identical. Okay, 7W6. Oh, actually, they're not identical. All right, let's make them identical. Here, I want to make these things identical. All right. So we have two identical sets of women's handbags in here. Same product, same order of products, okay? Same title, all right? And the question was, when does randomized product order make sense? When would we use that? Watch this. For fall, for summer, all right? I went in here and all I did was put in women's handbags, and it gave me this list of results, all right? I duplicated this list twice, and I added on the phrase for fall, for summer, right? Then I'll take this list. I'll go in here. We're going to go quick, okay? Because we don't have a lot of time. I'm going to set this to 3. You can set this at random if you want to, right? But I'm going to set it at 3. I just want 3 products out. And we're going to click randomize product order. Now let's just go quick with all of this stuff. Let's see, I'll do photographic, 3.5. Short code, use short code, save settings, WordPress, upload to here. And we're going to publish it immediately, save settings, disable conclusion. I don't want any subheading. Oh yeah, we'll do a subheading image, which would just be the factors. All right, that's what we're going to do. And we'll do voice we. Okay. So what this randomized product order is going to do, and hopefully this thing will go fast. I think it will. I've never really used it before, but the use case, the reason we have that randomized product order is it allows you to take the same set of products and almost like add a different purpose for the plural product name for fall, for summer, or whatever. And then have the AI pick 3 or however many you have, whether it's 3 or whether it's 7 or whether it's 10 or whether you chose random, okay? And it chooses, maybe for the first article, it will choose 7. For the second article, it will choose 4, okay? But the ones it chooses, because we've checked that randomized product order box, what will happen is it won't just take the first 3 here, right? It will take like this one and then randomly this one and then randomly this one. And then over here, it will take randomly this one and randomly this one and randomly. So there might be duplication between the different groups of products, the individual products that are selected, but the ordering will be different. And in some situations, you will have unique products. I mean, if you did this 100 times, if you had like women's handbags for summer, women's handbags for fall, women's handbags for Easter, women's handbags for, fill in the blank, yeah, you're going to get a lot of duplication, but the ordering will be different. And who cares? Like, best iPad for students, best iPad for children, best iPad for school, best iPad for college. Yeah, you're going to have the iPad 4 or M4 probably recommended in each one of those. Who cares if there's overlap? The cool thing is you're going to get a different ordering of those products. And in some situations, you will get a different selection of those products. Okay, so hopefully before the live stream's over, it will finish and I'll show you the 2 articles that were written that should use different products for each of them. Okay, let's see. So we'll come back to that here. Now, I don't know what else you like specifically you were asking, but there's definitely training on how to do those customized roundups. You can also go to my site, Ranking Tactics, Secret Training, click on the YouTube playlist, and down here, how to create bulk product roundups. All right, you got the video on there, and the training page for it also is really good. Bulk product roundups. I spent a lot of time on this training page actually. This is one of the better training pages I have, so definitely go through this. It shows you how to do everything. So, Guide asks, how could we use the custom prompt to rewrite an article providing a keyword list it didn't use in the article? Can you give us a prompt example? Well, there's the only way to rewrite an article. Unlike, you can go to the SEO writer and you can put in those subheadings and do all of that manually, and then put in some background information and go very, very slow and methodically. And then at the end of it, you can put in keywords that you want it to write about. So that would be the most, that would be the way that would give you the highest quality output. SEO writer, title of the article, exact subheadings that you want, some data about each subheading if necessary, unless you're going to SERP scrape, and then the keywords that you want to add that were not added in the original article. Now, if you want to simply append to the existing article and make it longer, but also incorporating keywords, then you would use a custom prompt that you would just come up with. Not a custom prompt, like a magic command or something like that. Something like rewrite the content to also add the words, your 5 keywords or something like that. And that would just be a custom, not a custom prompt, but like a magic command that you would write. So trial and error would show you how to do that. Those are great Discombobulator ideas. I knew you could do it. I'm glad you liked it. You are located in 2 different places. Am I? Oh, from that, maybe that custom prompt. I always say I'm in Toledo, like in the Toledo area, but the exact area would be like Oregon, Ohio. So yeah, that might have confused the AI a little bit. When's the prompting class you mentioned going to be available? Next couple days? I think I'm rehashing some of these, sorry. Can you please create a Facebook post from a YouTube video? Yeah, oh, that's definitely easy. Too bad it's writing right now. So let me walk you through how you would do this, how you would create a Facebook post from a YouTube video. Inside of the Penny Arcade, I don't think I have an image of the Penny Arcade, unfortunately. There is an option, and I don't describe it in here. There's an option at the bottom of the screen, and it says only summarize. Okay, and so we talked about the discombobulators, the text discombobulator and the SERP discombobulator, and for the SERP one, every line you put in is going to be a Google search that it's going to do. In the text discombobulator, every line you put in, the prompt will work on that line. In the Penny Arcade, the only summarize button will bring up a menu, and that's essentially a URL discombobulator. All right, so you'll put in your URLs into the Penny Arcade. You'll press only summarize, and then you'll select a custom prompt that you want to apply on each URL. Okay, so let's say you have like 10 different blog post URLs, or URLs for whatever. I mean, you can put in a YouTube video if you want to. You put in your URLs, you click the only summarize, and then you'll load up a custom prompt. And the custom prompt will be your custom prompt to create that YouTube video, or I'm sorry, that Facebook post. So just test out your Facebook posts inside, your custom prompts inside of the playground to kind of dial it into exactly what you want, save it as a custom prompt, and then run it with the only summarize button, and you will get your Facebook post. It's very, very easy to do. I demonstrate it right now, but I got this thing running. It's going to be done in a minute. Let's see. Michael asks, is the QA weekly? Yeah. This live question and answer is weekly. I'm trying to, at least. If I miss a week, I haven't missed a week yet. But if I miss one, please forgive me. But I'm trying to do it every week. The whole goal is to help people figure ZimmWriter out. One of the complaints is there's so much in ZimmWriter. I don't know what to do. How do I do stuff? And people that have used it for years are like, I didn't know that you could even do this. And yeah, so the whole goal of this is to help answer your questions, to get whatever you're specifically doing done. Okay. Guide asks, for a top 6 product roundup article, it's possible to create a product table with the name, product images, and next to that, the price. The way to do that, the way for ZimmWriter to do that for you would be for me to build that. And the problem is it's a niche request. Not a lot of people want that on their product roundups. Okay. So there's some people that might want that, but not a lot of people would want that. And then you have to ask, is that actually necessary? Are people not buying because you don't have that? Or is that just something nice that you want to have on your product roundup page? I think those are the questions to ask. Because right now, a lot of product pages aren't ranking very well on Google. Now, they happen to be ranking well on Bing and Yahoo. And I have a site I haven't touched in like 5 years, and I'm still making, a couple $100 a month from it. And I don't have the fancy tables and whatnot. Drew asks, every live I am finding more use cases for ZimmWriter. This is multi-purpose advanced tool, not a cookie cutter AI tool. Plus it's cheap. It's not cheap, it's inexpensive. Let's use that word, inexpensive. Very, very inexpensive. So 2 courses. I'm working on 2 courses. One course on prompting unrelated to ZimmWriter coming in the next 2 days. When that's done, I will then switch gears and create a course on just creating a site with ZimmWriter. It's a simple course, not expensive. It's not going to be like $200 or something silly like that. It's just, here's my best practice for creating a site, making it look good, doing some niche research, pulling in some different keyword ideas, putting the content on the site. Here's how you do it. There's a lot of people who get ZimmWriter and they're like, I don't know what to do. I see all these buttons. What should I be using? How should I be using it? What do I do? So this kind of will help answer that. It's what I've done for all of the 6 sites that I've used. And for the 2 sites of the 6 that I did the keyword research for, I'm getting a lot of clicks and I'm dripping the content. So I still have like 200 more articles for each site in the queue. And, I haven't gotten hit by Google. If I do get hit by Google, it only costs me a few bucks for each site, but I'm not getting hit. I'm dripping this stuff out and I don't have time to monetize them really. I've thrown some Amazon affiliate stuff on one of them, but the people are so high up in the funnel that they're not really buying anything. Just these random, I'm using AFFI.ai to auto insert products, these Amazon affiliate products. They're not really buying stuff. Maybe some other offers, some other non-Amazon affiliate stuff would get some conversions, but I just don't have time right now. I'm so out of time. Let's see. Our blog post is almost done. We'll answer some last questions. We'll look at the 2 posts that it created using that randomized feature, and then we'll call it a day. Is there a way to use PDFs as a source for an article just as it's possible in ChatGPT now? No, because ChatGPT, you have to have, with the code base that I'm using for ZimmWriter, I would need a library that would read the PDF and then OCR it if it's not already OCR'd, to be able to, make contextual sense out of it and stuff like that. And I just don't have access to those things. So that's kind of a nice to have. Maybe what you could do is there's a lot of tools out there that will I guess I'm trying to think. What I was going to say was there's a lot of tools out there that will convert a PDF to text. Unfortunately, a lot of those PDFs are a couple 100 pages, and you can't really. What ZimmWriter will do is ZimmWriter will summarize the input content. But the max summary length is only about 1,000 words. So if you're trying to summarize a 100 or 500 page PDF down to 1,000 words, you're going to lose a lot of stuff in there. So I don't know if there's a real purpose for that. The cool thing about ChatGPT, and this is one of the reasons I pay for my subscription, is yeah, it does have that ability to upload the PDF, and then it will kind of vectorize that and be able to pull from that different elements that you're asking out a question, or you can essentially build these brains with the making your own custom GPT, so to speak. You upload the PDF documents. Very, very handy feature. Expensive to run. If we were to do that in ZimmWriter, where you'd actually upload like some mini brains, some knowledge bases, if we were to use Chat or OpenAI's vectorizing functionality, it's 30 cents a request. And there's an article would be, I don't know, 50 requests to OpenAI. Imagine 50 requests times 30 cents each. Your articles have suddenly skyrocketed to $20 or $30 an article. So that's impractical for any AI tool right now that's using OpenAI, but it's very cool because it's included in the ChatGPT subscription. So cool to have at ChatGPT. Let's look at these two things. You got a couple more questions and then we'll call it. So we'll view this and then we'll view this. So remember, the inputs for this were women's handbags. I went to the product Roundup tool. I got women's handbags and it gave me this result, and I duplicated this twice. And then I added the for summer and for fall. Same exact products, okay? Women's handbags for fall. Now, first of all, look at the image. How cool is that? We have fall leaves on here. That is so, I didn't even think about that. That is awesome. I bet you, all right, I don't know if you can tell it's summer. It doesn't look like winter or fall here. 3 best women's handbags for summer. Must-have accessories for a stylish season. 3 best women's handbags for fall. Stay stylish and on trend. Awesome. Staying stylish and on trend this fall with the perfect handbag to elevate your look. From the structured tote in rich burgundy to the slouchy hobo in olive green. All these words, I don't understand these words. These picks offer versatility and style, but what if you could find a blend of luxury and functionality in one chic, is that, am I saying that right? Chic or chic accessory. Keep reading to discover the 3rd handbag that effortlessly combines. I wouldn't do a 3 product roundup, but for time we did. Maybe we do a 5 or a 10. Keep reading to discover the 3rd handbag that effortlessly combines fashion-forward design and practicality, ensuring you stay ahead of the style game this season. That's cool. So we have this Love Look purse and handbag for women. And what's neat is it will probably use the word fall in here somewhere. I don't see the word fall a lot in here. Let's go down to, the factors to consider. We're definitely using fall a lot in here. Fall. Got it 37 times. So the choices, the ones it chose, the Love Look purses, Montana West, so we have the Montana Green, and the Montana Tan, and this Love Look. So over here, we have the Elda, kind of a cool looking purse. Montana West, but this is a blue one. And then, okay, so we have one that's an overlap right here. So we have this leather one, okay? But that's cool. So again, we were able to use the same list of products for a different long tail, okay? And it ended up with a different ordering of these products. And then our factors down here are factors to consider when choosing a women's handbag for summer. Those look really nice, actually. How many times we got summer in here? 46 times. All right, fantastic. So that's why I built it. I was like, that is a really cool way to repurpose like the products to create a different ordering and a different selection of them. Let's see. For a single product review, the output is short. Any tips to expand that as you did with the product book? For a single product review, yeah, you can just use a custom prompt. I don't know if you're talking about Penny Arcade or if you're talking about inside of here, but you can. So here's a product roundup right here. You can go over here to AI Vault. Yeah, oh, you know what? I don't know. Yeah, we have custom prompts. Okay, yeah. And then you select it for the product layout. And so we do it now expander. You don't want like 6 paragraphs, but yeah, you'd apply the expander prompt to the product layout. And I believe I've never tried it before. So you'll have to get back to me if it doesn't work, but it should. It won't. So this part right here is really tricky for me to create from a prompt perspective. But then if I don't get it in this format, I'll have OpenAI retry it again. So I use some algorithmic logic to make sure that this section is created this particular way. Some people are like, oh, I want this structured differently. It's a pain to create it this way. That's why there's not a lot of customization with this best 4 pros and cons. But this right here is generated first and separate from this stuff down here. So the custom prompt for your product roundup will apply on this section right here. This is the trigger product layout. So it will apply on here, okay? So you should be able to use your expander function or whatever you want to call it on this and modify this. But then there's also, remember, there's an ordering for how this all works. I believe the bolding happens first, and then the custom prompts will happen second, and then the skinny paragraphs happen third, I believe, and then translation happens last. So anytime you apply a custom prompt, it could invalidate your bolds or something like that. So just keep an eye on all that stuff. No, and we've covered this a million bazillion times. Right now, we're not doing external links because it's a like a use case thing right now, or a very niche specific thing. You don't want external links to handbags because all the external links are going to be to competitors. Okay, I mean maybe some external links to manufacturers or something like that, but that's a real build out. I'm not planning on doing that right now. Love the live stream and that you saved them. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. Not cheap, great value for content and buying some time back. I agree. Not cheap, inexpensive. Upload to PDF, Google Drive, and click open in Google Docs. Yeah, honestly, if you want to use a PDF, upload it, convert it to text, or just ask OpenAI to summarize it in like 10 paragraphs, and then use those 10 paragraphs to paste right in. I don't know what you're doing with it, but you could go to the Penny Arcade, and instead of pasting in URLs, you can just paste in up to 10,000 words, and it will summarize those 10,000 words and then write an article based on that. Although I believe you don't get to choose your title for the article when you do that. All right. Does your product roundup of purses use AAWP? So yeah, I have both installed on this site. I have AFFI and then also AAWP. AAWP, I like the sleek look of the product boxes. Now you can change the colors and how much of this stuff you want and whatnot. I like the sleek look of this, but AFFI.ai is really cool because in there, I click on it, but I don't know if it reveals my API key or not. In there, you can set it so you can add your OpenAI key and it will one time scan each of your articles. So this would be good for like info articles. So on my like AI blog postwriter.com, imagine we had an info article about Australia's wild side, a guide to the 5 most incredible wildlife encounters. So you have a site all about like traveling or something like that. You put on AFFI.ai, you add your OpenAI key, and you'll click the scan button, and it will use OpenAI to scan each article and determine 3 products that would be relevant to this particular article. And then you can tell it where you want it to automatically insert it doesn't look like the box we just looked at. It doesn't look like this, but instead it's like a 3, not a carousel, but it's like 1 product here, 1 product here, 1 product here. And it will insert it depending on where you want it to in your article, like at the beginning of the article, in the middle, or at the end. And that can, if you have 5,000 articles, you've, 1 click of a button, you've instantly monetized all of them. And then if you're worried about Google slapping you because now everything's an affiliate article, you can 1 click turn that off, or you can limit the ability to do that to specific categories. So very, very powerful function. I believe, so AAP.com, AAWP, come on. This would be tempting a couple of years ago. They have a lifetime deal now. So this is not what I was just talking about that does the auto insertion. this is what I use that has the sleek boxes, okay, that I like. But now but see, you know, I don't know. Now it's like it's a lot harder with affiliate stuff to monetize. You know, now you're funneling people, and the funnel is a much more important factor now because it's harder to rank on Google with just pure affiliate stuff. So I'm like, you know, I don't know. Should you really spend that much money for a lifetime? It's better if you have that many sites. Just, you know, that's 3 years right there. You know, $3.99 if you want to do 25 sites. But AFFI.ai, they do not have a lifetime, but it's just as expensive. So you kind of have to make the call on whether or not you get 30 sites for $369 or, you know, 5 sites for $119. Kind of depends on what you want to do. I like them both. I don't like the boxes are not as sleek as AAWP. So I don't know, call that my OCD or something like that. All right, Harris, I'm sorry I can't get to your question. We are out of time. We've gone over 15 minutes. I'm sorry about that, everyone. But I hope you got some value out of this. If you remember, I'll keep doing these things if you guys have questions for me to talk about. I don't want to just get on here and nobody has any questions or nobody joins. So I encourage you to join, encourage other people to join. I will be on here and answer your questions and give you as much value as I possibly can. That's what these sessions are all about. Anyways, be on the lookout next couple days for I'll announce it in the ZimmWriter group, this prompting course that I'm going to release. I think it's really cool stuff, especially given what people have said about it. So looking forward to that. Thank you all for your questions. Thank you all for attending. Good luck with your content generation, and I'll talk to you later.